Hello everyone and welcome to the Gunpla Network News. As always, I'm your host, The Spicer, and today's episode of the news is brought to you by none other than Canadian Gundam. Canadian Gundam is your one-stop shop for all your Gunpla and plamo needs here in North America. When checking the vast catalog, don't forget to use the promo code Gunpla Network to save 10% off. Starting us off with some non-Gunpla related sad news, it's been announced that the Gundam cafes will be shutting down. The location in Osaka will be closing on January the 1st, while the two locations in Tokyo, in Akihabara and Odaiba, will be closing on January 30th. It is pretty sad to see these go, even if they were kind of some novelty shops that a lot of people really didn't get to visit. It was still a nice little extra thing we got for Gundam. However, in exciting non-Gunpla related store news, Bandai is opening their first flagship store in Southeast Asia, the Gundam base in Thailand. It'll be opening in the Siam Shopping Center Mall in Bangkok on Thursday, November 11th, 2021. It does look like the Gundam base is still thriving and expanding, which is really cool to see. The last piece of non-Gunpla related news is the RX-93FF new Gundam's construction has started in the Mitsui Shopping Park in Fukuoka. This is the life-sized version, another big Gundam statue. This one, much like the Unicorn and RX-78 and Freedom before it, won't be moving, but it is a cool statue that will actually just be there, and we've seen some renders of what it's going to look like. It's not exactly what everyone would want for the new Gundam, but it does look pretty good, all things considered. Now, starting us off on Gunpla or model kit related stuff, we have some Kyoukai Senki news with the high-grade 172nd AIM Ghost, with a release date of December 2021 and a price tag of 3,080 Japanese yen. While maintaining the more bipedal nature of the rest of kind of the AIMs from Kyoukai Senki, the Ghost does don a much more rounded structural design than more of the industrial kind of cubed, squared looking pieces of everything else. It is pretty cool and looks like it's probably going to be a villain suit, so hopefully we get to see it in action soon. We also have the Realistic Model Series G Structure Downfall and Jaburo GS01 with a release date of April 2022 and a price tag of 6,380 Japanese yen. This is a series of effectively dioramas that you can pose what looks like high grades with, something around the 1/144 scale. Pretty cool. This one is underground in Jaburo. Pretty nice looking, get a little water, a lot of rock, looks like some building kind of structures in there. Of course, if you're a big Zeon fan, you'll probably like this. We also have the Realistic Model Series G Structure New York City Ruins GS02. With a release date of April 2022 and a price tag of 7,150 Japanese yen. If underground's really not your thing, this is more likely than not going to appeal to you, as it's more of just kind of a general urban area. Now, it's kind of designed to be New York, but you don't get any significant landmarks, so you kind of just get some roads and destroyed buildings. If that's more your diorama preference, you have an option. We also have the Realistic Model Series G Structure Last Shooting GS03, with a release date of April 2022 and a price tag of 7,480 Japanese yen. This is, as I said, the last shooting, so you get a very cool looking space-like structure that you can put the RX-78-2 in the Zeong in for the iconic last shooting moment. We also have the P Bandai Re-100 Gundam Lindworm, with a release date of February 2022 and a price tag of 5,500 Japanese yen. This looks effectively like a mix of the Zeta series mobile suits with the Bawoo from the Neo Zeon factions. It's a little bit of both, and well, it's mostly more of a color scheme with a few part swaps here. It does look pretty cool. I have to say, out of some of the stranger designs from this era, this one is really striking my fancy as it combines two of my favorite Gundams of all time, or mobile suits I guess, with the Zeta series mobile suits as well as the Bawoo. or Bawoo if you want. We also have the P Bandai Unleashed 160th RX-78-2 Polarized Lights Layer version, with a release date of May 2022 and a price tag of 4,900 Chinese yuan, or around 766 USD. This kit is going to be limited to only 2,000 units and will be available on JD.com, Bandai Spirit's special online store. Pre-orders do start on November 1st, which is about a week ago, but it's out there if it's still available and you want to drop about $800 on this model kit. We also have the Perfect Grade 160th Gundam Astray Frame Red Kai frame plating clear armor version, with a release date of May 2022 and a price tag of 4,200 Chinese yuan, which is about $657 USD. Same deal here, only 2,000 kits in this limited run, and it will be available on JD.com starting on November 1st. So it may not be there, but feel free to check it if you're interested, I suppose. We also have the Gundam Base Limited High Grade After Colony 1144 Scale Gundam Death Scythe Clear Color version, with a release date of November 13th, 2021, and a price tag of 1,650 Japanese yen. This version of the Death Scythe is, of course, clear color version, and it actually looks pretty good. The darker colors in these clear color variants usually play off a little bit better than the lighter ones, as they end up just looking entirely clear. If you're a big fan of the newly released Death Scythe, this might be something to look at. We also have the Master Grade 1100 Gundam Barbados Iron Blooded Coating, which is a Gundam Base exclusive, with a release date of November 13th, 2021, and a price tag of 9,900 Japanese yen. I do have to say, before I actually talk about the model kit, Iron Blood Coating is probably the coolest name for any special coating version of any model kit. Like, they saw their opportunity and they took it here. Love this concept. But basically, this is a much darker, mostly black and chromed out Barbados, and it looks pretty solid. Like, this gives me Iron Blooded Coating vibes, whatever that's supposed to mean. And if you like literally metal looking Gundams, this is something that's right up your alley. We also have the newly announced Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy game for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, with some never-before-seen Gunpla models from the series. We have kits with names like Black Rider, White Rider, and Afrit Jaeger. This will be a really interesting set of high grades to come to the high-grade Universal Century line, and we should be seeing them either later this year or early 2022, hopefully. Very interesting designs coming out of this game. And now for the top 5 of the week. In 5th place, we have Daniel Benavides and his Perfect Grade GPO-1 Full Burnier. In 4th place, we have Gary Ramos in his Full Mechanics Barbados Lupus Rex. In 3rd place, we have Ian Ronan Virgira and his Perfect Grade RX 178 Mark II Titans. In 2nd place, we have Chris Pablate in his 1:48 scale RX 78-3 FOO Bust Custom. And in first place, we have K.A. Craft in his high-grade Nightingale custom. And that has been it for the news this week. Of course, let me know what you're most excited to see. I'd have to say the Kyoukai Senki line is still bringing out some really interesting things, but that Gundam Lindworm is one of the coolest mobile suits I think I've ever seen. Of course, check out our other content here on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that as well. Be sure to check us out over on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, gunplanetwork.com. for all this news in real time as soon as it drops. I've been the Spicer here for the Gunpla Network. As always, friends, please stay safe and keep on building.